Hi and welcome to my channel where I make dishes inspired by some of my favorite video game characters. Today's dish is inspired by Dr. Maruki from Persona 5 Royal, and we are making some apple juice Pocky snacks. There are so many food routes you could go for Maruki. He's such a sweet guy that he would likely love desserts, and he's such a good cook that he could make so many delicious savory dishes, like in the Salt Bay scene. While I'm sure he would love anything made in his honor, how could I not mention a food that is heavily associated with Maruki? Snacks. He's constantly offering snacks to the students during counseling sessions, because he knows one of the easiest ways to a teenager's heart is through their stomach. Because of his association with snacks, I wanted to make some kind of popular Japanese snack, and the first one that came to mind was Pocky. There are so many options for flavors for Pocky, and for Maruki, I felt like apple and apple juice would be perfect since he's frequently sipping on apple juice and has pouches on his desk. So, altogether, we're making these apple juice Pocky snacks for Maruki that I know he'd absolutely love to whip up for the students at Shujin. We'll start on the Pocky dough. We'll add some flour, sugar, and salt to a food processor and pulse a couple times. We'll add in cold butter and pulse until the mix resembles breadcrumbs. Then add some milk and pulse until well combined. We'll pour the dough out and wrap it up in plastic wrap to form a ball, then stick this ball into the fridge to chill for at least 30 minutes. We'll preheat our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and line 1 or 2 baking sheets with parchment paper. Next, turn your dough out and roll it out into a thin rectangular shape, cutting off any excess on the edges for a nice and smooth finish. Carefully cut into very thin pieces and transfer to the baking sheet, making sure that no Pocky are touching. We'll slide the sheet into the oven to bake for 15 minutes until they are a nice and light golden brown, then we'll remove from the oven and allow to cool on their baking sheet. As the Pocky cool, we'll make our coating chocolate. We'll melt some white chocolate over a small saucepan of boiling water, then add in a mix of crushed apple chips and shortening, mixing and ensuring that the consistency is thin enough for dipping. Once it's ready, we'll pour the chocolate into a thin and tall glass. One at a time, we'll dip the Pocky into the glass, leaving the top 1 to 2 inches uncovered. Let the excess drip down, then roll into a coating of your choice, such as crushed apple chips. Place the Pocky back onto your baking sheet and allow the chocolate to harden before serving and enjoying. The full recipe can be found below. Feel free to like if you want a bite, follow for more geeky treats, and comment what foods Maruki reminds you of. Thanks for following along.